Tonight's State of the Union is bringing mixed reviews from Wisconsin's congressional delegation. One of the main themes of the address tonight by the president was the economy. He said the so-called middle class has stalled while the wealthiest Americans continue to get wealthier. The president says he'll bypass Congress and use executive action to raise the minimum wage for federal contracts, as well as help the long-term unemployed find work. He also renewed his call for Congress to expand the minimum wage to all workers, but he also called on leaders at the state level. Currently, the federal rate is $7.25 an hour. That's also the rate in Wisconsin.
To every mayor, governor, state legislator in America, I say, you don't have to wait for Congress to act. Americans will support you if you take this on. And as a chief executive, I intend to lead by example. Profitable corporations like Costco see higher wages as the smart way to boost productivity and reduce turnover. We should too.
Members of Wisconsin's congressional delegation weighed in on several issues that the president brought up this evening, particularly that executive order to raise the minimum wage for federal contract workers. They hold a variety of views.
But it won't go far enough. It will affect a couple 100,000 Americans, which is really incredibly important for them. But, you know, he called upon the private sector to lead and decide themselves to go ahead and increase wages.
It doesn't meet the needs of the economy. The cost of living in Green Bay is very different than the cost of living in New York City. And I think New York ought to deal with the minimum wage in New York, and Madison, Wisconsin ought to deal with the minimum wage in Wisconsin so that it meets the needs of the local economy.
My concern with increasing the minimum wage, you know, I certainly want to have every American make a good living and have a livable wage. But if the federal government dictates the wage level, you are going to eliminate entry-level positions.
Now that the State of the Union address is over, part of the president's four-state post-speech tour will be an overnight stop in the Milwaukee area. He will arrive in Milwaukee tomorrow night, and he will then tour General Electric's Waukesha engine plant on Thursday.